and welcome back, Movie Maniacs. Movie review, Xeno. Imagine if E.T. wasn't sweet and cuddly, but something way scarier. That's Xeno. It's part heartwarming story, part creature feature, and it isn't afraid to get dark. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, I break down movies, the good, the bad, and the crazy, and today we're diving into the new sci-fi film, Xeno, so let's get straight into it. Brought to you by HartBeat Productions, produced by none other than Kevin Hart. This was an unexpected surprise. I didn't know it was coming out. I knew nothing about the film. I just saw it and was like, okay, let's see it, let's review it, and let's dive straight into it. A different type of film. We know Kevin Hart for doing comedy. So for him to produce something like a sci-fi film like this was definitely out of left field, and it's something that I wasn't expecting, but it wasn't that bad after all. The story follows Renee, a teenager living near the desert, who stumbles upon a crashed alien. Instead of reporting it or running, she forms a bond with this strange, powerful creature. And from there, the movie explores what it means to protect something that's both dangerous and misunderstood, while government forces start closing in. It lives with her mother and somewhat of a on and off boyfriend who's kind of abusive and kind of a drunk, but she still manages to, get through it all because she loves strange animals like snakes and lizards and things of that nature. That's who she's bonded with closely. They don't freak her out. She's not grossed out by them. Actually, she has a connection with them, somewhat of a bond. So that's where the heartwarming side of this film comes in, is because Renee, who has been through a lot, she lost her father. Her mother is dating somebody who's abusive. And so her only outlet or only friendship that she has is with like reptiles and snakes. She doesn't really have friends at school. She's somewhat of an outcast. And so when she comes upon this alien, her and this alien creates a bond. In some type of way, the alien bonds with her in a creepy type of way, but they are bonded, so the alien get to understand her more and she get to understand the alien more, and so they're somewhat connected in that sense. If something is bothering Renee, the alien will come and run up on you. Yes, he will. If she's hurt in any type of way, the alien will run up on you. He's somewhat of a protector in that sense. Renee first finds the alien alone. Well, she wasn't the first one to find him. Somebody else found him and he didn't turn out too well. But it's injured, and the creature looks terrifying at first. Huge, insect-like, with unpredictable movements, almost like the aliens, the xenomorphs from the Alien series. But she sees something vulnerable in it. The bond starts small, like feeding it, trying to communicate, but it grows into this unspoken connection. Of course, things go sideways when others find out, and others only found out by how? Always the only friend you got, always turn things upside down. Always turn things upside down. But the government agents, they swoop in. Neighbors start noticing, friends start doing too much, and the alien begins to lash out. There's this tension where you don't know if Renee is keeping it safe or if it's actually keeping her safe. And that's what this movie does beautifully, is the dynamic between her and the alien. And you really appreciate their bond. You know what I mean? I guess it's like a Lilo and Stitch too at the same time as a E.T. put together in a more darker, creepy type of way. The climax, it hit when the alien shows its true power, destructive, emotional, almost unstoppable. I mean, I don't even want to say almost, it is unstoppable if it really went crazy, but Renee keeps it tame and calms it down when they want to take things and turn up on people. Renee has that connection with the alien to be like, yo, chill, we can't get down like that. And so, the alien listens to Renee. They really have a connection and a strong bond. Renee has to make the call, protect it or let it go. The ending leaves things bittersweet, with questions about whether protecting the alien was ever truly possible. What worked? Lulu Wilson's performance, A1. She's an all-star. I give her 5 stars across the board. She carries this movie. Renee feels believable, and you really buy her connection to the alien. I mean, if it wasn't for her, I don't think this movie would have panned out any other type of way. She really brings the heart and the soul into the movie because it follows her through the majority of the film. And so with her and the alien, that dynamic really works. Amari Hardwick, Ghost, aka Ghost, as the main government official coming to shut everything down. Man, his presence as somewhat of the villain, I guess, in this story was felt all the way across the board. It was good to see him again, and it was good to see him doing his thing. I really appreciated his segments of the movie. I wish they would have gave him more to do and kind of chased Renee around a little bit more, or maybe came into, more encounters with the alien, trying to catch it but couldn't catch it, trying to catch it but couldn't catch it. I wish they would have expanded on that, because his role in this movie was great, and they couldn't have recast a better person than Amari Hardwick. Shout out to Amari Hardwick. You get 5 stars from me. You're the GOAT. We already know that coming from the Power series and other movies he's been in. I don't want to just limit him to Power, but we most know him from Power, and we know what he can bring to the table after being on so many seasons of Power and going through a lot of dramatic scenes, action scenes. We know he can bring that heat, and Amari Hardwick in this film brings that heat. So I really appreciate him for being in this film, taking the time to take this film serious enough, and just wasn't quite there. He was all the way locked in, and I appreciate it. You to go, Amari. You to go. Creature effects. The design is incredible, scary but sympathetic at the same time. Practical effects mixed with CGI really sold it. When I first seen the alien, I was like, okay. But once I got to watching the film and see how Renee, Lulu Wilson's character, how they interact, I gave the alien more praise, because I felt like it was beautifully done. Not a lot of movies are using practical effects, and I really wish movies went back to that. We can do half and half. We can do 50-50. That would be great. But a lot of movies have drifted so far into CGI that we don't really respect CGI, like a lot of people don't respect AI. It takes away from something. I don't know exactly what it is, but using practical effects just come off a lot better on film and on screen. And I think they need to continue to make films like this where they use practical effects half of the time when they can and it makes sense, and then CGI when it may cost extra to do extra, like running scenes and action scenes. That's fine, because there'd be so much going on in these action scenes and these type of films. But if they just stuck to the practical side when it's not much going on, I think a lot of more movies would be successful and taken more serious, because now we to the point we can tell when it's CGI and when it's real. Tone. It balances family-friendly sci-fi vibes with darker, intense moments. It feels bigger than your average alien story, or like how E.T. was, kind of like kiddie in a sense. This is rated PG-13, but it still gave like an R-rated dark type of theme to it. Even by being PG-13, I still felt like it was an R-rated movie, and it wasn't. It wasn't at all. I enjoyed it in that aspect. I think they did that very well. What didn't work? Pacing. The middle section drags, but all movie drags in the middle. So I can't really hold it against this film. Lots of arguing and setup that could have been tighter. It could have brought it back. It could have brought it in together a lot more, but they like to drag these things out until later on at the end of the film, to, I don't know, I guess wrap it up in a big way, like the grand finale of things. Supporting characters. Most of them are flat. They're either there to move the plot forward or serve as an obstacle. When they die or disappear, it doesn't really hit as hard. You don't really care. And not too many people die in this film. But when they do, it's like, yeah, whatever. Because we didn't really follow them like as much as we did other characters. Final verdict. Xeno is a solid sci-fi creature story with heart. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it's got a strong performance and a creepy and memorable alien and enough emotional weight to stand out. I give Xeno a strong 2.5 out of 5. What did you think of Xeno? Was Renee right for protecting the creature, or should she have turned it in? Let me know in the comments. And then as always, smash that like button, subscribe for more reviews, and I'll see you in the next one. But cut, that's a wrap. Until next time, movie maniacs. You know the vibes. I'll see you at showtime. Peace out.